Good Erev Shabbos to everyone. Welcome back to Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos. Another beautiful Erev Shabbos as we get ready to welcome the Holy Shabbos Queens. We put in our Pnei Shabbos, our own Shabbos faces. I want to thank our generous sponsors for Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos, Moon for Fishman, the Schutz for Chayot, for Federal Henry, by the Organizing Tax, and Yaakov for the David. Today's Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos, sponsored by Yal and Joshua Geller, and the full successful surgery, Estefila Basari, Torah. A complete full of Leah, Lynchie, Basracha, which was welcome to your granddaughter walked down the aisle with much love, Rebecca and Tina. Kavod Shabbos Kodesh, here comes Shabbos. So let us begin. Here is the siren. There it is. Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos. This week we're going to take a look at a piece from Rav Avram Shor. Such a beautiful idea connected to our Parsha. But even if you're not listening to this Parsha's Mishpatim, it is such a beautiful idea. Listen carefully nonetheless. Pasuk tells us, what happens? You damage someone, you hurt someone, you injure someone. You have to give them 5 things, and one of them is shivto yitain, sheves. A person has to take off from work. You damage, you injured, you harmed them, they can't go to work. They lost that salary, they lost that compensation. You have to pay them for it nonetheless. So, sheves, calculate how much they normally get paid, and that's what you have to pay. It says in the Sefer, Tefer Shlomo Radimsk, Hanira Laram is Godel Malas Yom HaShabbos Kodesh Shinur Kol Hashpos V'Tovas HaKulim B'Guf V'Nefesh. If a person understands Rak Shivto Yitain, don't read it Shivto. Don't read it Sheves, what you normally get paid. Don't read it the fact that you're still and you're silent and you're not working, but rather read it Shabbos. Shivto Yitain, Shabbato Yitain. Give someone Shabbos. Shabbos has incredible healing powers. Shabbos is medicinal. My kids make fun of me every time my wife serves chicken soup Friday night. I say, this isn't chicken soup. It's medicine. Shabbos has medicinal powers. Shabbos has healing, therapeutic, restorative ability and energy and power. As we say, even a person who is distracted, even the person who's idolatrous is forgiven. Pasuk says, in the 7th year, that Eved Ivri goes free. B'Shvius is Remez Ba'osio Shabbos. In the word B'Shvius are the letters of Shabbos. Shvius means the 7th. In the 7th day we go free. For 6 days we're slaves. 6 days we're slaves to our job. We're slaves to our to-do. We're slaves to our technology. 6 days a week we're slaves to conquering the world. And the 7th, like that Eved Ivri, we go free. And when we go free, when we are liberated, it's restorative. It's energizing. We become alive. So the person who's been injured or harmed, the person who's hurting, Shivto Yitain, Hashem gave a Shabbos, V'rapo Yirapeh. It has that ability to heal us and to make us well, to restore us and to energize us. Person injures or harms another, you have to pay 5 things. Sheves Osio Shabbos. Remez B'zeh B'chol B'chaver Gam Ken B'beis Yonim. If you hurt or harm someone, you have to pay the damages, and you have to pay the time that they were off from work, and you have to pay all the 5 things. Boshes, ripoy, embarrassment, shame, so on. Gam remez binyane hanefesh. It also means if a person was embarrassed, ashamed, if a person is broken in their faith or their confidence, if a person is insecure, if a person is hurting from whatever the world has done. Where do we heal? Where's our comeback? When are we energized? When can we become whole? When we connect to Shabbos. Tachlis harafua shivto yitain v'rapo yirapeh. Give a Jew Shabbos v'rapo yirapeh, and it can heal. It's an escape. It's a window. It's a place of refuge. It is a 25 hours where our problems go up on a shelf, and they'll come back after Havdalah. But for 25 hours, we're royalty. For 25 hours, we're a king. For 25 hours, we disconnect and we turn off. For 25 hours, we have peace and serenity, and that is healing. That is healing, and it's restorative. So what do we mean, says Rav Avram Shor? Rak shivto yitain. In rak shivto yitain, afilim kol hashavua in lo zman l'motor karoi. What it means is if all week long we don't have time to nurture and nourish our soul, all week long we neglect our soul, all week long, we don't set aside the time that's adequate to daven slowly and carefully and cling to Hashem. All week long, we're not invested in learning to our full capability. Yet, Rak Shivto Yitain, Rak, only all we have is Shabbos, still Rapo Yirapeh. Rak Shivto Yitain, Al Kopanim Yitain as a Shabbos, Shabbos alone can bring a healing. In Mishamro Karoi, if we observe it, if we keep it properly. Bizmir Shalel Shabbos, we say, in Kol Mekadesh, Ish al Machaneu, v'ish al Diglo. Kol Echad Tzarech Lishmor Shabbos K'fi Dargaso. A person has to observe Shabbos according to his or her level. We have to understand it, invest in it, marinate in it, extract from it according to where we're at. Shivto, Hashabbos Shalo, Shivto, Shabbos Shalo, your Shabbos. Who are you? How much do you understand? Where are you in the world? This Shabbos is different than last Shabbos, is different than next Shabbos. Where are we in what's happening in our life? Where are we what's happening in the world? Where are we in our personal, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health? Each one of us has our own Shabbos. Shivto, Shabbat Shalo, our Shabbos, Rapo Yerapeh. When we lean in and when we embrace and when we are enriched and when we are uplifted from our Shabbos, it's healing. Shabbos is not a burden. Shabbos is not restrictive or constrictive. Shabbos is healing. V'rapo Yerapeh. Catch up on the sleep that you missed. Catch up on the learning that you craved. Catch up on the conversations you were distracted from. Catch up on eating slowly and mindfully. Catch up on Shabbos. V'rapo Yerapeh. It's able to be healing and restorative. It brings back and brings us back. Shabbos and Tefillah be'emes me'uchadim. Shabbos and davening go together. Iker koach hatfilu b'Shabbos kodesh. Koloshim Tefer Shlomo now. Tefer Shlomo says, "Akol yanam eila iker l'spal l'biyam Shabbos kodesh tachlas harafua." What is the most healing is that we have longer davening. Let yourself go in lechadodu. Don't look at the clock and don't listen to the person next to you's clap or their voice. Close your eyes and sing. Zmiros at the table. Zmiros of Shalashudas. Belt out a koach sof. Speak about L'kavod Shabbos Kodesh, daven, sing. That is so healing. It's so restorative. It so centers and grounds and recalibrates. It is the compass that enables us to navigate. Rak shivto yiten kasher yispal alav b'yom Shabbos, az rapo yirapeh. The Chazal learn v'daber davar a pasuk in Yeshayish le'diburcha shel Shabbos k'dibur shel chachol. The way we speak on Shabbos has to be different than the way we speak during the weekday. Rav Tzadok HaKohen says, Lo koi rak al shmiras hadibur midvarim shel chol. Rakoi al hadiburim shel Shabbos. Shel Shabbos yesh la'adam koach hadibur. V'yachol l'daber diburim acherim mimos hachol. It doesn't just mean don't talk about vachadika things. Don't talk about the stock market and Corona. Don't talk about sports and politics. It doesn't just mean that the content of our conversation on Shabbos should be different during the week, but it means our very capacity to speak, our very power of speech is different. During the week, our speech is stunted. So much noise and so much distractions and so much technology. But Shabbos, we can speak. L'daber davar. Shabbos, we can find that power of speech. And how do we use it? To converse, to connect, to sing zmiros, to daven. How do we use that power of speech to come back? How do we use that power of speech to be uplifted? So this Parshas Mishpatim, a little innocuous pasuk, Rak Shivto Yitain, when someone's hurting, when they're injured, when they're harmed, they deserve Shivto, Sheves. They have to be paid for the time they missed off of work. But also Shivto Yitain, your Shabbos, Shivto. Everyone has their own Shabbos. What is our Shabbos? Who are we this Shabbos? And when we experience and we lean in, when we immerse ourselves and invest in getting the most out of our Shabbos, V'rapo Yirapeh. Shabbos is healing and restorative. It's rejuvenating and uplifting. Shabbos is energizing and elevating. Take advantage and have the happiest, the holiest, and the healthiest Shabbos. The Kavod Shabbos Kodesh, Chevra. The Kavod Shabbos Kodesh. Shavavabis. Have a great Shabbos. Prepare your Dibur. Dibur Shishol Shabbos. Let the speech of Shabbos be different than during the week. Ayay Shabbos, Ayay Shabbos, Ayay Shah. Have a great Shabbos, everyone.